So,
Come now. There's no cause for panic. This one might make for a worthy opponent.
okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay,
Might you have a moment to speak further?
okay, that's freaking sucks. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that just now. I like my I guess the my OBS crashed, and when it crashed, it basically sent me out, logged me out of the game. So I gotta log back into the game. But I apologize about that. Revenger Z, I hope he's still there. I hope he's still, what was I doing? Oh, right, now I remember what I was doing. But yeah, I am sorry about that. I hope you got that whisper that I whispered just now. Crash just now. Yeah, freaking sucks, but I can't do nothing about it. Gosh, I hope it did not. Oh my gosh.
Walked towards the car. Sorry, they all thought I had a boyfriend. After getting in the car, Luigi began to explain, but it seemed that the cover-up was too poor. If you want to pick me up, just say it directly. Why do all these things? It's fancy. As an apology, I'll treat you to a meal. Luigi lowered her head, playing with the hem of her skirt with both hands, and occasionally stole a glance at Xinjian. How could she refuse a beautiful woman's request? Okay, Xinjian agreed. Then let's go to a restaurant on West Street. I'll give you navigation. About 10 minutes later, the two went from the Luigi mentioned. It's not big, but the food here tastes great. After ordering the dishes, the two chatted, and Luigi
I should probably think about
Xinjian was her boyfriend before.
having headphones on.
Luigi had a boyfriend, but he was a complete scumbag. He flirted with women everywhere and finally dumped Luigi. After breaking up, Luigi went shopping with her colleagues and happened to meet her ex-boyfriend. The ex-boyfriend spoke to her in a sarcastic tone that made her very uncomfortable. chopsticks, feeling anxious and afraid that Xinjian would refuse. No problem. Xinjian agreed immediately. There was still some time before Xinjian's class reunion, so this was a good opportunity to practice and earn a favor. Seeing Xinjian agree, Lu Yuji was secretly happy. After dinner, the two returned home. Xinjian lay lazily on the bed, counting today's spoils. The extra rewards were triggered very frequently, but they were all useless. A robot figurine, a bottle of Coca-Cola, a pair of scissors, and a master cutter skill. System, what do you think about the opening a scrap collection station? Post, items involving monetary transactions will depreciate if they are recycled.
Oof.
Hearing this, Xinjian felt helpless.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, like I said on the message just now, my OBS crashed because I was trying to pull up my Twitch on one of the windows, and because it would keep crashing all the time, like I was saying, it basically made my whole freaking the OBS crash and then kicked me out of the games onto the main screen of the game and stuff. So I had to restart back up. Yeah, sorry about that. But I was saying before, I eventually want to get like custom emotes and stuff. I might, because I used to draw. I don't do a lot of drawing right now, but because I used to draw, I might like try and make my own little emotes. But I really have to like do that on a computer, but I don't have any of the stuff to really do it on a computer. But you know, eventually I want to get like some emotes and stuff, because my favorite animal is a fox, and as my icon shows on my Twitch, it's like a little fox head with ears. I eventually want to, you know, get emotes made from those, and especially one of the emote that I want to get so bad is like, you know how the Lapurates in the game, how they would like rub their face when they're like trying to be cute and stuff like that. They would rub their face, and how cute that is. Look, I eventually want to get like an emote like that, but instead of the Lapurates, it's with the fox. But yeah, I feel like that'll be like really cute. I'm not sure what it's gonna represent, like if it'll be a happy smile, if it'll be a comfort, if it'll be like, you know, I'm not exactly sure what it will represent, but I eventually want to get stuff like that. But oh my gosh. But yeah, those are gonna be for like the subscribers and stuff like that, the tier 2s, the tier 3s. I don't even know if there's a tier 3. I just know that there's a tier 1 and a tier 2. Because when I was saying, because I do have a few emotes up. But they're mainly for the only ones that I know about is a tier 1 and tier 2. I don't know if there's like a tier 3 or anything like that, because that's all it showed for me is a tier 1 and tier 2. And then they have the free emotes and stuff like that. But yeah, eventually that's what I want to do. Oh, it's got pretty blue eyes. More than any other, they sought to understand your people they studied there. And they looked forward to the day when they would definitely finally meet you. As you can imagine, the change of plans came to terrible shock and became uninterested in their former pursuit, and adamant that not a word remains for them to do. Able to pursue them. After some time, they disappeared from town. Oh dear. That's a cute shirt. I would like to get that shirt. Uh, my lip is so dry. My lip is so dry that like if I scratch my lip, like dried up dead skin just come off. Ugh. I hate when it happens because if you do it wrong, then it bursts. Like you'll get like a little cut on your lip, and that just feels so freaking bad. I hate that. But I cannot allow it. The only friend of the game. That's right. Oh, Sue! A moment. Ouch. Loporits is so adorable. I would love to get a plushie of our Loporits.
Shin Jian, world of music. Mr. Shin, it's me, Fu Ming. I'm really sorry about what happened yesterday. It's okay, just think of it as meeting the wrong person. Fu Ming felt even more guilty after hearing this, and it was all his fault for not being able to control his mouth. But he continued, Mr. Shin, there is something very important. Can you cure osteosarcoma? Shin Jian frowned slowly. Is he here for business? As long as the person is not dead. Cure him. Fu Ming was ashamed. Osteosarcoma is cancer. Countless doctors have spent their entire lives trying to cure it, but based on the improvement of his daughter's condition, Fu Ming still chose to believe Shin Jian. Okay, Mr. Shin, do you know Joey Jewel? Shin Jian frowned. The name was very familiar, but he couldn't remember it. Seeing that he didn't speak, Fu Ming spoke directly. The richest businessman in such a ranked 10th on the China rich list. Zhou. He has osteosarcoma? Well, Mr. Shin, the group is a branch of the Zhou. Recently, my daughter's affairs reached his ears, so he asked me to ask. In addition, this matter is top secret. You must keep it secret. Fu Ming added, I can cure it. Just tell him so. Shin Jian is confident that the strongest medical skills can cure all kinds of diseases in the world, and the person to be treated this time is the richest businessman in Sucha, so there will be no shortage of benefits. Okay, I'll give him your contact information. He'll probably contact you in a while. Okay. After that, Shin Jian hung up the phone and continued playing the guitar. Before long, the doorbell rang. Isn't it over? Shin Jian was angry. He opened the door in a hurry. Lu Yuji was standing in the door. Did I disturb you? Seeing Shin Jian with an angry face, Lu Yuji couldn't help but be a little confused. No, you didn't go to work today? Just one class. I came back after class. Just now I heard the sound of guitar in your room outside.
Tourist guides.
I didn't expect you to play so well.
So they can do tourist guides, and they can also do
Even if she is proficient in musical
advice for, you know, survivability. Well, not
Shin Jian
survivability.
touched his nose, just as so it sounded. Look at what you can do. She rolled her eyes at him and continued. Are you interested in substituting for me in school? Substituting? Shin Jian was confused. He has always been a poor student in the last row since he was a child. He didn't expect to stay. Well, I see you don't have much to do. Although you don't make much money as a substitute teacher, it's enough to support yourself. I have a class in the afternoon. Do you want to give it a try? Okay. Shin Jian agreed with a smile. Anyway, he didn't have anything to do,
Oh,
so he just
I love when they do that. That looks so adorable.
Opportunity to see if the trash cans in the school are worth more. After a simple packing, the two set off. Arriving in at the school, Lu Yuji had to communicate with the academic affairs office first, so she asked Xinjian to take a look around the campus first. Xinjian didn't see anything to see, so he ran straight to the trash can. Ding! Recycle 34 snack packaging bags and get a cash reward of 68 yuan. Ding! Recycle 7 empty milk teacups and get a cash reward of 20 yuan. Ding! Recycle 14 lollipop sticks and get a cash reward of 7 yuan. After sweeping 3 trash cans in a row, Xinjian looked disappointed. I thought that students spent money lavishly, so there should be some good things in the trash cans. But who would have thought that after sweeping 3 trash cans, they could barely make 300 yuan? Xinjian shook his head. What a bad decision. What a bad decision. Why did the security guard let the rag picker in? Yeah, I just saw him rummaging through the trash cans. Oh my god, that rag picker is so handsome. It was just after class, and many students saw Xinjian picking out trash there. Hey, garbage picker, how did you get in? I'm a teacher. Xinjian stood up and said seriously, teacher, I'm not the first one to do this. I saw the teacher picking up trash for the first time. That's amazing. May I ask what major do you teach? Trash can repair? Xinjian turned a blind eye to this and turned away. They were just a bunch of little kids. As a teacher now, he really couldn't discredit this profession. Not long after, Lu Yuji came over. Okay, the academic affairs office. You will take my classes every day. I will help you. Don't you need it? Or anything? Xinjian was puzzled. How could someone apply for a substitute teacher in such a good school without an interview? Lu Yuji's mouth corners rose slightly. Words still carry some weight in this school. Let's go. Classes will start soon. After that, Lu Yuji pulled Xinjian to the classroom. Students, today's class will be taught by a substitute male teacher. Let's welcome him with applause. After saying that, Lu Yuji pouted at Xinjian outside the door. There was sparse applause from the audience. Xinjian, who received the signal, walked up slowly and wrote his name on the blackboard. Today's substitute teacher, Xinjian. As soon as Xinjian came on stage, he immediately aroused cheers from all the girls in the audience. Oh my god, isn't this too handsome? Suddenly I feel that coming to this school is so right. Teacher, be sure to take me to graduation. Seeing this scene, Lu Yuji's face changed slightly. Miscalculated. Isn't this pushing Xinjian into the bullshit? Xinjian was still a little uncomfortable when he first stepped onto the podium. After a glance, he thought the boy who had mocked him before, but he didn't take it to heart. Xinjian smiled and said, so, in order to make our class less tense, how about we find a classmate to interact with the teacher first? Teacher? Me? Teacher, choose me. I won't let you down. The female students under the stage went crazy when they heard this, and some of them even rushed up. That boy. Xinjian pointed his finger at the boy who had mocked him. The boy stood up reluctantly. The teacher will ask you a music theory question. If you can't answer it, how about you perform your best instrument in public? Hearing this, the boy's mouth corners slightly raised. He looked confident, but in the next second, the boy's face turned green. Which of the sequence of Schubert string quartet number 437 on the blackboard in the 4/4 dark chords below is the beginning of the Art 2 style of the tonic sequence? It's not only the audience was terribly silent. This question has exceeded their cognition, and it is impossible to answer it without more than 10 years of music theory. Xinjian waved his hand. Okay, go back. I just made a joke with the students, just to tell you that musical instruments are important, but music theory is equally important. In the next hour, Xinjian taught them a lot about music theory. Everyone looked at Xinjian with respect. Today, Xinjian opened up a whole new field for them, letting them know that theory is sometimes more important than practice. After class, Lu Yuji pulled Xinjian and asked him a lot of questions, such as whether he had been a teacher. Xinjian was a little overwhelmed. Xinjian didn't expect that his first class would be so successful. It seems that he has a talent for being a teacher. In order to lay the foundation for the class reunion in 2 days, Lu Yuji took Xinjian for a walk around the campus. Lu Yuji, who is this man? Tu looked over and saw a man with a bad face, staring at Xinjian fiercely. Xinjian, this man is Wu Fei. He relies on the huge inheritance left by his family to be arrogant and harass me in school. Lu Yuji whispered to Xinjian, this is my boyfriend. Lu Yuji straightened up and said, your boyfriend? I've been chasing you for so long, but in the end you followed a rag picker? The story of this rag picker picking up rags at such a conservatory of music has spread. I actually liked you before. It's disgusting. Lu Fan's face was full of teasing, and he didn't hide the contempt in his eyes at all. Lu Yuji was about to refute was stopped by Shinjian. What's wrong with a rag picker? What's wrong? Why do you, a stinky rag picker, compete with me? Let me take out your monthly salary in a minute. Take out 10 million in a minute and let me see. This is not empty talk. Shinjian's speed of making money, let alone 10 million, even 20 million is not a problem. Hearing this, Wu-Fan burst into laughter. Ah, now you don't have to pay taxes for bragging. Have you searched through all the trash cans in the world? Wu-Fan, don't go too far. Lu Yuchi's face flushed, and she was obviously very angry. What does my boyfriend have to do with it? It doesn't. So I wish you a baby soon. By the way, don't give birth in a trash can. Let's go, Yuchi. You are just a dog relying on money and power. There is no need to worry about it. From beginning to end, Shinjian didn't even look at him. Arguing with him was a waste of time. What did you say? Wu-Fan was furious. He hated her saying this to him the most, and the meaning of the words was no different from a dog that had lost its home. What? Did I step on your tail? Shinjian turned around, his eyes full of pity. You are looking for death. Saying that, Wu-Fan took a step forward and swung his fist to hit Shinjian. Shinjian slowly stretched out his right hand and grabbed Wu-Fan's fist. Let me go. I tell you, I will kill you with money in a minute. Seeing that he was in a passive position, Wu-Fan threatened Shinjian.
Let's go.
Shinjian was unmoved by this. With a little force on his right hand, Wu-Fan knelt directly on the ground. Ah, you. Let me go quickly. Don't harass Lu Yuchi anymore, do you hear me? You. Shinjian exerted force with his right hand again. Ah, I heard it. I heard it. Get out of here. After that, Shinjian pulled Lu Yuchi up and turned to leave. Wu-Fan lay on the ground.
Starbird.
A rag picker. I must teach you a lesson. Sorry, Shinjian. I dragged you into this again.
And all the different leopards.
She was happy that Shinjian's schemes were so good. She was worried that Shinjian would hate her because of this. It's okay. Just consider it as a return gift for your rent reduction for me. After a short period of contact, Shinjian knew that she was very proud in her heart and didn't want to owe anyone a favor, so saying this would not be it again. Thank you. The two continued walking in the campus, but Shinjian couldn't help but stick to the trash can when he came across it. Are you really a trash picker? Lu Yuchi still couldn't suppress the doubts in her heart. I guess so. What's the matter? Are you disgusted? Lu Yuchi waved her hands in panic. No, I'm just curious. Shinjian touched his chin. Well, picking up trash is my main job, and I also have some side jobs. Side jobs? Lu Yuchi was puzzled. Shinjian said half-jokingly, Doctor, chef, musician, computer repair, beautician, and bartender are all my side jobs. Lu Yuchi rolled her eyes at him and continued, You're such a joker. Shinjian shrugged helplessly. About half an hour later, the two drove back home. After taking a shower, Shinjian lay on the bed thinking that he couldn't do too much as a substitute teacher. It's okay to have fun occasionally, but if you want to make money, you have to pick up trash. Then Shinjian threw his phone aside and fell asleep. He was sleeping soundly when he was annoyed by the ringing of the phone. Who is it? Why are you calling in the middle of the night? Mr. Shun, has he been? I'm sorry about what happened 2 days ago. The tone on the other end was respectful and humble. Tell me about the matter. Hearing that it was him, Shinjian got Mr. Shin, I was rude to you 2 days ago. I want your pill. How about 20 million per pill at Mr. Fu's price? Also, I have some health problems recently. I want you to take a look. I am willing to pay 50 million. After that day, I went to the hospital for a physical examination to find out the cause of his impotence. Knew that he was diagnosed with cancer. Current medical methods cannot cure cancer. Fu Ming praised Shinjian to the sky. With the idea of trying everything possible, he had no choice but to find him. Mr. Shin, you are the living Hua. You
Why don't
can't just
they
let
have
someone die without saving you, right? Seeing Shinjian not speaking, he then became anxious and tried to lower his posture, because he knew this was his last hope. 100 million for the pills and 200 million for the treatment. Shinjian would not easily if he got the chance. In addition to venting his anger, he had to give him a good beating. Shinjian
So what they should do is they should at least have humans come to the moon. I don't remember the name of the area. Okay, so they should have like humans coming up to the moon. Um, it could be people from Charlian. It could be, people like a tourist thing where they can actually see um, the moon, and they could actually see the Lockerites. That's pretty. They can actually see the Lockerites, and they can visit the moon, stuff like that. And then they'll have people who want to, whose purpose was to help the people of Etheria. Then they'll be able to actually help them.
Can kill you easily. He couldn't stand it anymore. He was suffering from cancer and didn't have much time left. In the end, he was threatened by a young boy. Xinjian was also angry when he heard this. How dare he be so arrogant when asking for help? I don't want 300 million. Oh, kid, you know what's good for you. I tell you, you better not offend me. As long as you stay in Seching for one day, I have countless ways to kill you. 1 billion for the pills and the consultation fee. You want to live or pay the money? You make your choice. After saying that, Xinjian...
Okay, what are the new items? I don't see... Oh, it's just a song?
Mr. Shin, wait for me. You have to live to spend your money.
And it's from Final Fantasy 4. It's just one item.
You would find someone to kidnap Xinjian, force and bribe him to treat his illness, kill him and throw his body into the wilderness and hurt himself. The next morning came in a blink of an eye. Originally, Luigi invited Xinjian to continue to substitute for the class, but Xinjian refused. Although this was quite interesting, the money was too little after all. Xinjian simply packed up and picked up the sack to start a new day of garbage collection. The target was still the nearby commercial district. Day, recycle 5 mineral water bottles and get a cash return. He won. Day, recycle 4 watermelon peels and get a cash return. He won. Day, recycle a tiny peels and get a cash reward of 5,000 yuan. After working for more than an hour, Xinjian suddenly received a strange call. Mr. Xinjian? The cold voice came from the other end of the phone. Yes, it's me. Mr. Zhao needs you in subordinate. Do you have time now? Xinjian was overjoyed when he heard this. This Suching tycoon finally called. He had been waiting for so long that the plotters were about to win. If he could get in touch with him, let alone the 1 billion discussed with him last night, even 2 billion would only take a few minutes. Yes. Where are you? I'll send someone to pick you up. No need to bother. I'll go there myself. Sorry, this is not in line with our boss's orders. I'll pick you up. Xinjian was stunned. It's just a medical consultation, so there's no need to do this, right? Well, let's meet at Kampa Garden. Okay, I'll be there in about half an hour. After hanging up the phone, Xinjian couldn't hold back his inner joy and laughed.
I didn't see the art on that side over there. I saw it over here, but I
Oh
don't...
my god, it's the specter of crazy freaking out crash. Stay away from him. He must be sick. Don't get infected. Seeing the reactions of the people around him, Xinjian realized that he had lost his composure. He coughed lightly and drove back to Kamha home. Within 30 minutes, a Bentley stopped in front of Kamha home. A man in black got out of the car and walked straight towards Xinjian. You are Mr. Shin, right? Yes, it's me. Xinjian was a little surprised. There were quite a few people in the car. How could he tell at a glance that he was Xinjian? Let's go. The boss is still waiting over there. Yes. Xinjian followed him into the car. Not long after, they arrived at their destination, Yushi Manor. The housing prices in Yushi Manor rank first in Suzhou. The area of each single-family manor is over 1,000 square meters, and the housing prices are surprisingly expensive. Without more than 10 billion, I'm afraid this house can't be sold. The car stopped at the door of the manor, and more than a dozen bodyguards were standing
We're moving
inside.
away.
Sorry, sir, we have to search you first. Xinjian expressed his understanding. The richer the person, the more afraid of death it is. It's not that he doesn't respect it. It's just a precautionary measure. After the search,
shit.
Mr. Shin, I
Whew.
hope you keep everything that
So
happened here
close.
today in your heart. Don't worry about this. As a doctor, you will never reveal any information about the patient. Shin Jian knew very well that if the outside world knew that Zhao Yijun, the 10th on the China rich list, was suffering from a terminal illness, it would probably cause some waves. He walked to the door of the main hall and rang the doorbell. Which opened after about 10 seconds. After entering, Shin Jian was shocked. There were more than 20 bodyguards in the house, guarding different doors and windows. How afraid of death are they? Mr. Shin, please take a rest here now. There is tea on the table. Go and notify everyone. Sitting there, Black turned and left. At the same time, all the bodyguards' eyes were focused on Shin Jian. Although it was very uncomfortable, Shin Jian endured it for the sake of money. Looking around, Shin Jian found that this place was simply too big. The living room alone is bigger than Shin Jian's rental house in home. The overall decoration is also magnificent. What really attracted Shin Jian was the coffee table in front of the sofa. The entire piece of Tianyu tabletop does not have a trace of impurities or cracks. For something as big as this, it must cost at least hundreds of millions, right? Shin Jian was envious and jealous. He was good to be rich. Came over. Hello, Mr. Shin. I am Lin Mingji, the secretary of Mr. Zhao. Please follow me. Looking at the woman, Shin Jian was a little out of control. His eyes were straight. Isn't this too beautiful? Tall, light figure. Words indeed, she is dignified and elegant. It should be said that Zhao Yijun also knows how to enjoy it. Mr. Shin, please follow me. Noticing Shin Jian's straight eyes, Lin Mingji was unhappy in her heart, but she did not show it. Lin Mingji took Shin Jian into the elevator and went straight to the top floor. When entering Zhao Yijun's room, fingerprints and irises were verified. It must be said that Zhao Yijun has done his best in terms of security measures. The door opened and Shin Jian followed Lin Mingji in. The decoration in the room is completely different from the outside. There are all kinds of luxury decorations outside, but in this room, there is only a table and a sofa. The person sitting at the computer desk should be Zhao Yijun. He looks like he is in his 40s, but his face is very bad. Even ordinary people would know that he will not live for a few days. Mr. Shen. Zhao Yijun looked up and was slightly startled when he saw Shin Jian. In his eyes, Shin Jian should be an old Chinese medicine doctor with a fairy-like appearance. When the young boy came, for a moment, Zhao Yijun got angry and felt that Wu Ming was lying to him. Mr. Zhao, you know your condition well. The rotten flesh has entered your bones, causing the lungs and spleen to fail, and your internal organs to become weak. Why are you still focusing on your work when you don't have much time left? Shin Jian also knew that Zhao Yijun didn't believe him, so he simply told him everything he saw to show his strength. Ah! Zhao Yijun's face changed slightly, and he glanced at Lin Mingji. Lin Mingji shook her head. As his personal secretary, how could she not know what Zhao Yijun was thinking? Zhao Yijun's hands trembled slightly when he saw this. Okay, you out first. I'll talk to Mr. Shin. Free? Shin Jian turned around and saw two men in black behind him. Yes, he answered, and the three left. Shin Jian was a little surprised. After the system upgrade, his efficiency in receiving external information had exceeded that of ordinary people. But just now, he didn't sense the existence of those two people at all. If he came to assassinate Zhao Yijun, he might have died on the spot. Mr. Shin, please sit down. Let's have a good chat. Please forgive me if I bumped into you, Mr. Shin. You're too polite, Mr. Zhao. You'd better be careful when you go out. After all, I'm not very old, so it's reasonable. Zhao Yijun nodded with a smile, but became very serious the next second. Mr. Shin, find out what's wrong with me, Zhao Yijun said in a deep voice. This was what puzzled him the most. He had done countless tests at that time, but the result was actually seen by a kid at a glance. Is Shin Jian really that amazing? Chinese medicine talks about observation, smell, questioning, and palpation. Those who can go by observation are called gods. Although I haven't reached that level, I'm not much different. Shin Jian looked humble, but he was full of confidence. In addition, Mr. Zhou, anymore. If you do it again, your internal organs will be overloaded and even gods can't save you. This time Zhao Yijun was completely confused. Wine, money, and egg. The first two are combined, but wine is even worse. After he knew that he didn't have much time left, he didn't restrain himself and basically drank every day. Mr. Shin, I didn't expect you to be such a hermit. Zhao Yijun said with trembling eyes. This time he was completely convinced. Mr. Shin, see my disease.
There we
Zhao
go.
Yijun didn't say anything else, for fear that the greater the hope, the greater the disappointment. Don't worry, it can be cured, but Zhao Yijun was relieved at first. tried countless ways to get rid of the disease in the past year, but none of them worked. He had already lost all hope in his heart. Originally, he asked Xinjian to come here with an attitude of giving it a try, and he didn't expect too much. But now that he has the hope of living, how can he not be excited? That's natural, Xinjian said confidently. Mr. Shin, do you think you need to prepare something? I'll ask someone to prepare it immediately. Zhao Yijun stood up suddenly, his face full of anxiety. Mr. Zhao, don't worry. Why don't we talk about the remuneration first? Hearing this, Zhao Yijun was slightly startled, and then laughed out loud. In the business world, everyone is like a smart person, speaking carefully and carefully. He met a straightforward guy like Xinjian. Zhao Yijun liked him from the bottom of his heart. Okay, Mr. Shin, you name a price and I will never bargain. For Zhao Yijun, money is just a string of numbers, and life is the most precious. Mr. Zhao, or you say, well, I haven't seen much of the world and I don't understand the market. After these words came out, Zhao Yijun admired Xinjian even more. If someone else had caught his sore spot, it would probably be difficult to come up with hundreds of millions. How about this, Mr. Shin? I'll give you 500 million, plus this manor under my name, and all the things in the manor will belong to you. How about that? Xinjian was stunned when he heard this. Isn't this too much? To be honest, 500 million to buy the life of a rich man like him may not be a big deal. This manor plus all the things inside it cost at least 40 or 50 billion, right? What do you think, Mr. Shin? I can increase the price if you are not satisfied. Seeing that Xinjian didn't speak, Zhao Yijun thought that the money was not enough. No, Mr. Zhao, that's enough. Zhao Yijun showed him respect, so Xinjian naturally returned him 10 feet. This
Yeah, but chilly
consultation
just
fee
now.
was already very high for Xinjian. He expected me to fight. Must be a little sacrifice. But be greedy. Mr. Shin, you are too polite. Money and other things mean nothing to me. Life is the most important. Ahem. This man is obviously pretending. Xinjian can't find a reason to refute. Okay, then I'll rather obey than to respect. Xinjian nodded and continued. I'll write down the herbs I need, and you ask someone to prepare them. I need to stay here to observe your condition. After speaking, Xinjian quickly wrote down a bunch of herbs and handed them to Zhao Yijun. Secretary Lin, come in. After a while, the door opened and Lin Meiqi walked in. Mr. Zhao, do you have any instructions? Go find the things on this list immediately. I must see them tomorrow. Also, take Mr. Shin to the next room. Mr. Shin will stay here during this period. After saying that, Zhao Yijun handed over the list. Okay, Mr. Shin, please follow me. Xinjian followed Lin Meiqi out. He was taken to a room on the 5th floor. Mr. Shin, this is your room, and here is my contact information. I live next door to you. If you have any questions, just call me or
What time
knock
is
on the door.
it? Okay,
After
so
saying that,
in the
Lin Meiqi
next
handed over the
45 minutes, no, 45, well, when it's 5 o'clock, clock time right here, when it's 5 o'clock, I'll probably end the stream because I need to go and finish mow the lawns because the we use an electric lawnmower and the battery is not enough to do the whole, to do all the whole yard, so we could only do half of it and one day and then half of it the next day, so I'm gonna have to go finish that up, and that's gonna take what, close to an hour to do. Well, I want to say maybe like 40 minutes or so, but I'm gonna sweat a lot, so I'm gonna have to shower and stuff like that too. So about an hour or so, but that'll be my couple hours that I would usually normally take a break. Like I would usually play for like 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, and then I would take a couple hour break and then come back again and play again. But if I actually had like a lot of viewers, like let's say if I had like 10 viewers, then I would actually keep the stream going. 10 or more viewers, and I'll just keep the stream going. And probably do like a whole 8-hour stream. But because I usually only get like
Lin Lychee suggested,
one viewer,
"Mr. Shin, do you want to
or
breakfast first?"
you know,
No,
no
let me check the
viewers.
things first. Shin Jian ate a lot last
I would
night.
usually
He's
just
hungry now.
only
After
stream for like
downstairs, Lin took Shin Jian to the yard to check the
4
things.
hours
It took
and then
about
go take a
30
break.
minutes for Shin Jian to finish all the checks.
But you know,
I have to say, this is a very efficient job.
I wish I had, you know,
Mr. Shin, I still don't
more
understand.
viewers.
What is that weird hot Shin Jian
And if I had more viewers who would chat and stuff like that, and I'll actually have people to chat with instead of just being quiet and just listening to novels while streaming.
You ask someone to play with you, bring all the things in. Okay, I'll go talk to Mr. Zhao. After thinking about it, Lin Lychee felt that what he said made some sense. Not long after, a group of people in black came over. Mr. Shin, probably an hour later, Shin Jian had all the preparations and the main pot was set up. After everything was done, Shin Jian ordered people to start boiling the medicine. Fill the water 2/3 full, add the medicinal materials after boiling, and add 1/3 of the water after an hour. After Shin Jian told them the method of boiling the medicine, he turned to look at Lin Lychee and said, "Take me to see Mr. Zhao." Soon, they came to Xiao Yichuan's room. Seeing Shin Jian,
Ooh, it's time to
Xiao
grow
Yichuan
better.
stood up and said, "Mr. Shin, are you ready?" "Almost." "Mr. Shin, I just heard Ming Qi say that she wanted to boil people. Could boiling people be a treatment method?" Speaking of this, Xiao Yichuan was a little worried and afraid. Could boiling people be boiling him? Well, Chinese medicine is different
Yeah,
from Western medicine.
that is true.
Used as auxiliary and conditioning is the
That is true.
That's why I said
When I first started doing it, I was just doing it for fun, but because I'm having like, you know, I'm not having problems finding work right now and stuff like that. You know, I'm that's when I'm really trying to feel for the views and stuff like that. But I understand that I should be doing it just for fun. But have a good night. I hope you have a good night. And again, thank you so much for the subs. I really appreciate it. You are my first ever sub, so you know, no homo. Wait, hold on. Damn it, hold on. Oh god, am I doing it? I think I'm doing it right. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm surprised by how many into it's called. Yeah, hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Now have gathered the protected. Okay. Respected. Do I have enough? Yeah, I've got 3 more. I had its has.
Then I'll leave it to Mr. Shin. Zhao Yijuan was like a deflated ball. He was going to die anyway, sooner or later, so he just went for it. Please come in. Looking at Shin Jian's invitation gesture, not only Zhao Yijuan, but even Lin Lingji beside him felt weird. Why did it feel like inviting someone into a trap? Mr. Zhao, take off your clothes. Take off your clothes? Of course, have you ever seen anyone wearing clothes while taking a bath? Zhao Yijuan smiled bitterly. You call this a bath? However, Zhao Yijuan had already given in and asked Lin Lingji to leave and take off his clothes. Soon, screams were heard from the house. Before cooking him, Shin Jian had to give him acupuncture protection, otherwise he couldn't bear it at all. Mr. Shin, what is this again? Do you think your physical fitness can hold up? These needles can improve your physical fitness in a short time and increase your absorption of drugs. Shin Jian looked down at his watch. Okay, it's almost time, Mr. Zhao. Please get in the pot. Seeing Shin Jian's smiling face, Zhao Yijuan wanted to curse. But under the threat of his life, he still stepped into the pot. As soon as he entered, Zhao Yijuan felt that his whole body was about to melt. The high temperature of the medicine soup tortured him to death. No, no. Zhao Yijuan shouted for help and wanted to get out of the big pot. Shin Jian ordered the black-clothed man to see Zhao Yijuan. Are you guys rebelling? No matter how Zhao Yijuan cried for help inside, the black-clothed man turned a blind eye. After all, Zhao Yijuan had just issued a death order in person, no matter how he shouted. Don't let him out. On average, every 20 minutes, Zhao Yijuan would faint from fatigue. Shin Jian would wake him up in time every time. During this period of time, Zhao Yijuan wanted to die. No, he wanted to die but couldn't. Okay, time's up. Finally, Shin Jian spoke. Zhao Yijuan was like being pardoned. If he didn't come out, he would go crazy. Mr. Shin, is today's treatment complete? After coming out, Zhao Yijuan stared at Shin Jian with gritted teeth, wishing he could eat him. There's another pot. What? Before Zhao Yijuan could react, Shin Jian threw 2 silver needles at him, and his body was unable to move. Then he asked the man in black to put another big pot. The difference from before was that last time he boiled it, but this time he roasted it. After another hour, Zhao Yijuan was already dying. He had never been so desperate. No, he was longing for death. Zhao Yijuan was too weak to speak, otherwise he would definitely send his most sincere greetings to Shin Jian's relatives and friends. Okay, help Mr. Zhao to the room to rest, and make sure the room temperature is kept at around 30 degrees. After everyone left, Shin Jian continued to boil the medicine soup. External application and oral administration are both necessary. For the next 3 days, Zhao Yijuan not only had to endure the torture of 2 big pots every day, but also had to take medicine that was more unpalatable then. And he was not the only one who really suffered these days. Medicine requires him to be fully alert, and any carelessness will lead to failure. On the last day, Shin Jian finally couldn't hold on any longer. After taking the last dose of medicine, he fainted on the ground. Mr. Shin, you're awake. Seeing Shin Jian wake up, Lin Lingji was delighted. Shin Jian patted his head. Hello, I slept. How is Mr. Zhao? You slept for a day and a night, and Mr. Zhao is still resting in the room. Hearing this, Shin Jian stood up suddenly. Take me to see Mr. Zhao. What Shin Jian is most concerned about now is Zhao Yijuan's condition. How can he not care about a life of 500 million? A few minutes later, Shin Jian appeared in Zhao Yijuan's room. Zhao Yijuan's complexion had improved, and his white hair was also turning black. Seeing Shin Jian coming, Zhao Yijuan immediately stood up. Mr. Shin, you are here. Zhao Yijuan stood up, full of respect, as if he had completely forgotten the torture he had suffered before. Don't talk first. Give me your hand. Zhao Yijuan did not dare to hesitate, and quickly stretched out his hand. Shin Jian put his hand on his pulse. 3 minutes later. Congratulations, Mr. Zhao. You are cured. Zhao Yijuan was not overly happy. In fact, he already knew the result. During Shin Jian's coma, the doctor had done a comprehensive examination on him and found that all the cancer cells in his body had disappeared. Thank you, Mr. Shin. Never forget your life-saving grace. After saying this, Zhao Yijuan stood up excitedly and was about to kneel down to Shin Jian. He imitated the plot in the TV series and thought Shin Jian would stop him. He didn't. He was in the air and stood up awkwardly. The scene was more than 10 degrees below zero. Mr. Shin, I'll go downstairs first. Wash up and clean something before talking. Zhao Yijuan found a way out for himself and went away in shame. After returning to the room, Shin Jian hold back his joy and cried like a baby. 500 million. words to you during the previous treatment? Zhao Yijun said with a guilty look. Thinking back to the time he fought, he first Shin Jian's ancestors for 18 generations. Later, through Lin Wenji, he knew how much Shin Jian had paid for him. Mr. Zhao, you're welcome. It's human nature. It's the same for anyone. Shin Jian said indifferently. Mr. Shin, I have one more thing. Let's agree to it. Shin Jian frowned. Would anyone in his family get cancer again? That's not possible. It's not about money at all. Shin Jian didn't know how much he had suffered these days. If he suffered this crime once, he would not want to treat cancer for anyone in the next 10 years. I want to make friends with Mr. Shin, a friend of different ages. Zhao Yijun said seriously. Sensitive, he looked at this young man with eyes and even admired him. A person who can cure cancer. What is the future? More friends, more roads. If he can get in touch with him now, it must be a great blessing for his family. In the end, Zhao Yijun is still climbing up. Flattered Shin Jian asked in confusion, Mr. Zhao, you are the 10th richest businessman on the Chinese rich list. Why do you want to make friends with me? Shin Jian did not want to refuse, but was just curious. After all, with such a relationship, more people will lead to easier travel. Zhao Yijun said bluntly, Mr. Shin, you don't know that the Chinese rich list is just a false name. It is all supported by the huge financial groups behind it. The real big guys are real people who don't show their faces. Okay, I will be your brother, but brother. Shin Jian didn't think much of the grade. Good second brother, big brother toasts you a glass. Zhao Yijun was also excited. He picked up the wine glass beside him. Bao was about to drink it. But she immediately put the wine in his hand. The cup was snatched away. Mr. Shin said that you are not allowed to drink alcohol within a month. Zhao Yijun smiled bitterly when he saw this. Good second brother, wait until I am well. Turning his head to explain to Shin Jian, Zhao Yijun continued, Secretary Lin, please notify the finance department to recharge 5 small goals into my second brother's account. Lin Wenji nodded and turned away. Good second brother, I will ask Lin Wenji to take you to handle the transfer of the house in the afternoon, and take you to familiarize yourself with the house. This is not good, right? Shin Jian refused hypocritically, but in fact he was already very happy in his heart. Don't be too happy. Zhao Yijun waved his hand and said generously, Oh, second brother, this is nothing. I was planning to make you the honorary chairman of Zhao. Zhao Yijun's words almost scared Shin Jian to death. What does this mean? Are you going to give the company to me directly? Brother Zhao, I can't accept your benefits anymore. I already feel guilty for this matter in 500 million in cash. How can you give me the company? My second brother misunderstood. Zhao Yijun smiled and explained, Brother, this honorary chairman is just a title, but it has many privileges. My company has been running for more than 20 years. Even if you want it, I can't bear to give it to you. Well, in that case, I can't be stingy. After saying that, Shin Jian took out a pill from his pocket and handed it to Zhao Yijun. What is this? This pill can cure all male diseases. Zhao Yijun was stunned when he heard this, with a bitter look on his face. Brother, do you know why I haven't married at this age? This question made Shin Jian a little confused. Zhao Yijun has no wife? I'm afraid you are kidding. I have infertility. Zhao Yijun said bluntly. Genital infertility is equivalent to decoration. There is no way to treat it. This is his lifelong pain. Don't worry, Brother Zhao. This medicine is very effective and the effect is immediate. Okay, thank you for your kindness, second brother. Zhao Yijun was not polite and fell into his arms as if it were a treasure. Now he firmly believes in Shin Jian's words. If Shin Jian says it is effective, then it must be effective. Zhao Yijun thought that he could
already have two. Holy smacks.
Procedures. Out of the housing authority, Xinjian stretched lazily. He finally has a home. Finally, I don't have to wander around without a fixed place to live. Then I'll go back first. I still need to pack my things. After saying goodbye to Lin Mingji, he took a taxi to return to Kanma home. As soon as he got in the car, Xinjian's phone rang. Hello, who is this? A cold voice came. Little, your woman is in my hands now. If you don't want her to die, rush to Lishu Villa within an hour. If you call the police, you know the consequences. The call was hung up. Xinjian was a little...
Okay, let's hear what these sounds like. Okay, so the sundering of light. The sundering of light. Hmm? What the heck? I am Alice Rose. Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, where's the sundering of light? Sundering of light. A sunder of... okay. Okay, it's not bad. Ooh. Oh wow, I have not seen this in so long. Okay. Ooh, I got okay, I got a third one. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, let's go back in here. Okay, so the next one is return to Oblivion. Okay. Okay, not bad, not bad. Moog House. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's Final Fantasy 11. It's the Moog House music from Final Fantasy 11. Oh, is it? Is it the one from Is it? Is it the house from in this game? It sounds like the Final Fantasy 11 Moog House music. Yeah, this definitely sounds like 11. This is probably 11. Okay. Um. There we go. You know what? I should probably start up with this. Oh, this is no Near Automata. Sounds like Near Automata. Okay. So, hey, I am going to hop off for a little bit. I'm gotta go finish up mowing the lawn. So I will be back on a little bit. I need to. I'm gonna have to change this, like the follow thing just now. Like it didn't look great. I'm definitely gonna have to fix that up. It looked like it was some problems with it and stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna have to fix that up. But I'm gonna hop up for a little bit. Revenger, again, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate you. Subbing, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you are blessed. Alice Rose, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope you'd stop by the next stream later today. I don't know, it's gonna be in a couple hours. You know, say hey if you played a game. You know, let's play together. I am, you know, looking for people who play Final Fantasy, you know, to play together with it and stuff like that. Who play on, you know, the Crystal server, or who play on Marlboro server. Who play on the Marlboro server. Who, you know, all play on the Crystal server. Whichever one, so long as we can, you know, get together and play. So, you know, I hope you guys, you know, can stop by and have a little fun. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off for a bit. I need to go do some stuff, and I will be back on later in a couple hours, and I hope you guys will be there. Anyways, peace.